What about your what about your gig at the Magic Castle? You told me about celebrity run-ins and things, man. I've never worked the castle, although I've been told after Fool Us, I'm a shoe-in. I just have to talk to Jack Goldfinger and he'll get me in or whatever. But Corona time, so I'm waiting till after all this is over. I'd love to do the castle, man. How was it?
Oh, I tell you, it's like walking into living, breathing history.
Yeah.
It gives you such a... If you didn't already love the art of magic and the history of magic, I mean, to walk in and to be in these places where Di Vernon lived, where Charlie Miller was, and I mean, where so many of the great magicians have been, and is the hub of magic around the world, and to perform in the parlor where all these people have been. I'm telling you what, it is just absolutely amazing. And yeah, I got a lot of stories to tell you, but you know who Billy McComb is, right?
Sure, yeah. Natalie, he made
Billy
the mechanical
McComb.
deck.
Okay.
Yeah, he was one of the greats. He was absolutely one of the greats. And when you work the castle, I don't know if it's that way now, but the way it was then, and it probably is. If you do 7 nights, so it's a 9-day trip, out and back. And I had seen him, and he had heard that I was there, and things were going really well. And he kept telling me during the week that he said, "I'm going to come see your show. I'm going to come see your show." Well, you're scheduled for 16 shows, or actually, I guess you're scheduled for 16, but on the Monday through Thursday, you probably are only going to do 2 shows a night instead of 3 shows a night. And so on Sunday night, also, you're not going to do all 3 shows because people have to go to work. So Friday night, Saturday night, you're really doing 3 shows. So anyway, it came to my very last show on Sunday night. Billy McComb had not made it to any of my shows, and it was late Sunday night. So I had like a 12:15, late at night, 12:15 show. Billy McComb came strolling in, sat down on the front row. Well, there's a manager there that tells you whether you're going to do the show or not, right? So if you don't have enough people, you don't do the show. He sat in the front row.
Wow.
And the manager just said, "Nah, we don't have an audience, so we're not going to do it." So I told Billy, I said, "Mr. McComb, sir, I'm very sorry, but they've canceled the show. We don't have an audience. It's Sunday night at 12:15 in the morning." Years later, it dawned on me. I should have done the show.
Wow.
I should have done the whole show for Billy McComb.
Yeah.
That's what I should have done, Wes.
Yeah, but that's hard, man.
Why did
one
I not
person,
do that?
But one person?
Huh?
One person? If it was 2 or 3, I could get it. But one person?
Well, if I had done the show for Billy McComb, he would have written me up in the magazine. He would have talked about that to everybody in magic.
Well, yeah, possibly, yeah.
I would have become an instant celebrity because I have all these different people in the audience that do all these different things, and I should have had Billy McComb do all of them.
Wow.
And he would have never forgotten it. Nobody would have ever done that. But I just, said, "I'm sorry, we're not doing it." And he said, "That's okay," and he left. So I missed out on a great opportunity to do something for Billy McComb that he would have never forgotten. And it's really late now because he's already gone.
Yeah. Natalie and I went there on our honeymoon, and man, we had a blast. We loved everything about it. I got there super early, like noon, just to check in, make sure everything's open tonight. What's the earliest I can get here? Okay. And then we went down to Chinese theater and just walked around and just wasted time till I could get back up there. We were in awe. We loved it.
We were excited.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was a neat experience.
Isn't it wonderful?
It was.
It's just amazing. And you don't know who you're going to see. I stayed at a hotel nearby where I could walk over. And I was walking over one night to do my set. And I was going to eat dinner over there, which they would provide you with dinner. So I'm all dressed up, like in a tux or something. And I'm walking across the parking lot. I get to the entrance of the castle, and this big yellow car pulled up in front of me. And the guy rolled the window down, and he wanted to know if he could get into the club. And I looked down, and it was Michael Richards, who you would know as Kramer on Seinfeld.
Nice.
in a big yellow car with this beautiful girl that would have never been with him probably if he wasn't Michael Richards.
Poor guy.
And he said, can I get in? And the way it works is if you're performing there, you can have a certain number of guests. I said, absolutely, you can. Pull up to the front door, and I went in to tell him that I had a guest. But Michael Richards was wearing blue jeans.
Oh, no.
And they did not allow you to come into the castle with blue jeans. There's a very strict dress code, no matter who you are. So I had to go out and tell him that. And once again, you know, I should have just, it's hard to think on your feet when you're under that kind of pressure. I should have just given him my pants.
Well, they have ties you can borrow, but they don't have extra pants there.
Yeah. I should have just run back to my room and gotten a pair of pants. He could have used them as, like, you know, high waters or something. But anyway,
wow.
He was a very nice guy, and I gave him my card, as you would, you know. But here's the thing, you know, when he rolled the window down to talk to me, I leaned down, and you know, Wes, how you if you're in the business, you want to say something intelligent to other entertainers, you know, to let them know that you also are an entertainer.
Right.
You follow me on that?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You want to use the right lingo.
You don't want to be another.
Right thing.
You don't want to be another layman.
No, you don't want to act like a tourist,
right.
A layman, something like that. So when he rolled the window down and asked me if he could get into the castle, I remember sort of leaning down. I had both hands on both knees looking in the car, and this is what I said. You might want to write this down. I said, I know you. That's what I
said. That's great. That's awesome.
So
he'll never forget
I did get a bruise from saying that on the top of my head, just from my right hand palm, as I hit myself numerous times for the next 3 or 4 days. That my response to Michael Richards was, "I know you."
He'll never forget you. I'll bet.
No, when he sees me next, he'll say, "Aren't you the guy that said, 'I know you'?"
Yeah, exactly.
I've never forgotten that. It's really amazing. It changed my life.
So, as far as Natalie and I, we are just so happy and jumping up and down telling everybody we signed a television deal with Jewel TV. And as I'm looking through your stuff, it's old hat for you, man. Tell me about the television show that you wrote and appeared on.
I wrote a television show called "The Truth Shall Make You Laugh," and the title came from a book that I wrote called "The Truth Shall Make You Laugh."
That's true.
Yeah, so I have that, and I also had a comedy CD called "The Truth Shall Make You Laugh." But the television show that I wrote has a Christian theme to it, and you know, there's a lot of Christian stuff out there that I really don't like, because it just, I don't know, it's just like it's geared just for that audience, and if you're any other audience, you're not going to watch it. And I wanted to make something that was fun and funny and entertaining, and we also have a few minutes where I can, you know, deliver a message through that television show. So I wrote like a stand-up monologue. I wanted it to be like a talk show. So I have a monologue. We created videos for it and all kinds of crazy comedy and stuff in there. For example, we actually had a live audience in the studio. It was shot near Nashville, Tennessee, and so I would say things like, let's take a look at our live audience, and I had a video of like this massive crowd, like at a rock concert, so it looked like that was our live audience. Or I would say, want to say a special thank you to all the writers, and we'd shoot a video of some monkeys that were like hopping around. So we just did stuff on the show that nobody would ever do, that nobody would ever think you would have, like on a Christian television station like that.
Now, is that can I get that on YouTube or anything?
I don't think I have that on YouTube.
Okay.
It was shown on that network, which was WHTN, and then also all the affiliate programs. that were all through Middle Tennessee. But then it also got aired on DirecTV, so that was a national broadcast that it got. And really only did 2 episodes. Would love to do lots more episodes. But when you go into a production like that, it is all out of your pocket. And then once you have it produced, then you got to buy airtime. So it would take a long time and a lot of money to create an audience that would eventually pay for itself by selling products or selling ads or whatever. And I just didn't have the backing for that. So
I'm learning
I really
so
didn't
much
get it
about
out the groove.
Yeah, I'm learning so much about television just with the deal that we have, and I can tell you more about it off the air. But it's shocking to find out that all these people have to pay for their show, and everything comes out of pocket until they start making something back. So yeah, it's crazy.
That's right.
It's crazy.
That's right. Exactly right. Like, I hired a producer, and I didn't have to hire a producer, but I did. I hired a producer, and that costs a lot of money. And then the show, and then the editing, and then the buying the airtime. So you see television shows, and you think, oh man, they're raking in money. They're on national television. They might be losing money on national television.
Yeah.
You got to create an audience. It's a race against the clock.